All right, guys, it's time for another city update, and we've got a lot to cover this week, so let's go ahead and dive in. For starters, we kept working on the freeway. This was a really important project for us this week because we really wanted to finish the overall layout of it and just figure out, how it's going to lay out. In total, we've worked on the retaining wall to make sure that all the bricks came together in the right way, which was especially tough down towards the end where the tables joined together. And then we also put the roads on and just kind of made sure that everything fit together properly. So this was important just to make sure that the freeway would work as it, kind of did in our heads. And, we're really happy with how it turned out. As you can see down at this end, there's still some work to be done. And then some of the road work is still ongoing. We need to order parts for the sidelines. We're out of these long dark bluish gray pieces to finish the edges of the road, but basically that is going to be the next thing that we work on. Again, it connects to the city down here. Now, on the last video, we had some kind of comments and questions about how this freeway works, and this is very common in Southern California for on-ramps to be right off of a road. There's a limited space here. There's just not a lot of land, so freeway on-ramps are much shorter than they are elsewhere in the nation. And it's also very common to have freeways kind of start and stop somewhere in a city. And so a good example is in Costa Mesa, Newport Beach. The freeway basically just ends. It's the 55 freeway, and it ends into Newport Boulevard, which takes you to the beach. And that's kind of the thought process behind ours as well, is basically if you're at the beach or if you're in the beach area, which is Santa Monica, you'd hop on the freeway right here. And then if you're headed towards the beach, there'd be a sign right here saying that you're going to the beach. And basically you'd go down, and then there would be an off ramp that would curve around right here and take you onto the roads for the beach. So in theory, there's really no need for a road coming this way underneath and a one-lane on-ramp because all the beach traffic's already up there, and then it would come down onto the freeway to head downtown, and all the traffic going this way would basically go on a cloverleaf up onto the overpass up above, and it would end the freeway because then down there would be the beach. So that's kind of the thought process behind this on-ramp area. And then obviously it would take you downtown to the core area of the city, and there might be another overpass over here. Now, speaking of downtown, we have two skyscraper updates for you guys. As you can see, the Wilshire Grand has gotten a lot bigger. And so we basically spent, the last few days building the Wilshire Grand taller. Again, we don't have all the parts yet, but we love how it's been coming together. We put in a lot of work this week on this, and you can also see the cross truss bracing going in, which turned out just fantastic. I can't believe how well it all fit together. Let me show you guys a close-up of that because it looks really cool. So as you can see, it came together perfect, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. In real life, the building has these braces on the side. It's kind of like an architectural element, but then also to protect against earthquakes. And so we wanted to really capture that because I think it makes the building really stand out, and it's unique to the building. And it came out great. I mean, these parts line up perfectly. And they're actually free floating. So if I show you, you can pull them out because it's upside down. But they're held in with additional parts up top that's kind of sandwiches them together, and it pushes them in. And I need to push this guy back in from the video, but basically you can see they line up really well. So when you're looking at it from a whole, obviously this is gonna be the tallest building in downtown LA. So it's gonna be the tallest building in our Lego City as well. And you can see just some of the height coming through on this. And as it goes up, it's gonna start to curve into that sail top that it's famous for. So it's gonna be really cool when it all comes together. But we are still waiting on parts and pieces. So as you can see, we've got the construction guys up top. I just took the crane down to show you guys the cross truss, but yeah, it's starting to really come together, and we're really loving how it's looking. I don't know if right here is gonna be its final spot. In the city, we might move the skyscrapers around a little bit as we build more of them to give that, classic, true downtown LA skyline look. But right now, this is where it's sitting. Because as we showed you guys in the last video, a lot of the buildings in downtown LA sit on the freeway. So it's very common to have that look. And we kind of want to, mirror that for our city because I think it's important to capture that look. Now, there's one more skyscraper that I'm gonna show you guys. It's brand new, but give me 1 second because I did want to talk about down here. So obviously, that's not a final home for that. It's just sitting there right now while we're kind of getting organized and readjusting everything. This building will be gone in the future. We're just, using it as a placeholder for now. But again, down here in the last video, we talked about potentially doing a mountain, and we have started to lay it out. And I think it might be possible. We're still kind of playing around with it, but basically the idea is to put the Capitol Records building right here where that one is, build a mountain behind it, and then put the Hollywood sign kind of small to give it some perspective. Again, still a work in progress, so I don't know for sure if we're going to do that or not. I want to see if we can pull it off, but if we do, I think it would add a really cool backdrop to the city, which would make it, look even more realistic to downtown. And then also in the next couple of weeks, we want to finish the road work for both of these. Again, we're out of parts for the roads, so we have stuff ordered. I don't know if it's going to come in before the holidays. It might have to be early next year, but that is another goal of ours for the next update, is to hopefully have the roads finished. Okay, now let me show you guys the brand new skyscraper. I'm really excited with how this one came out, so let's move over. So this area down here is our Santa Monica area, as you guys know, and there is the new skyscraper, if you guys recognize it from Santa Monica. So this one is an iconic landmark in Santa Monica because it is the tallest building in Santa Monica in the skyline that you see from the beach. So here's some real photos of it. As you can see, it's definitely the most prominent building, but it's also really famous because when people think of Santa Monica, they think of this building. And we've wanted to build it for the longest time. We actually wanted to add this to our old city because it's really cool, and just how it curves not only on the sides, but it also curves on the top, and it curves on each of the columns. So it's really a tough build for Lego, and we had to wait for the right pieces to come out, such as these, I don't even know what they call them, but basically they're like round corner edge pieces. And so we had to wait for those to come out, which actually came out this year. And when we saw that those came out, that's what gave us the idea to move forward with this building. But capturing the curvature on all angles was very tough, and we really like how it all came out. I think it looks great. Even down at the bottom, you can see the columns have curves on the edges, and then they're square on the other sides. And this wouldn't be possible without that new half round brick piece. And so all in all, this building I don't think would have been possible until some of the parts that were released this year and last, but we're really happy with how it came out. So basically this now anchors the Santa Monica area of our city, which is down here. You can see we've got more construction going on over this way, and then the vehicles to put back on the roads. And then Skyloft is over here with a lot of development area around it for future buildings. And then we're still working on the bike path and the road work. And then down here is going to be the beach eventually, but that's going to come at a later date. But we just love how it's all coming together, because there's going to be the Santa Monica area down here, which is going to be really cool. It's going to be kind of the lower and the mid-rise buildings. That's actually going to be the tallest one. And then you're going to move into kind of the mid-LA, call it, area, which will be right here, just to create some separation. And then it'll be downtown, and hopefully some mountains in the back if we can pull it off, with some other cool stuff planned for over here. And then in the next video, we also hope to start adding back some minifigs and some street details. I know that those are missing currently. The focus has really been just getting the city going and really building everything back. But we're excited to get some street details back in here and really make the city come to life, because it is very deserted feeling at the moment. Well guys, that's it for today's city update video. We hope to have another one before the holidays, but I don't know if that's gonna be possible. It really just depends on if those Bricklink orders come in or not. I know a lot of those stores are starting to shut down, and the sellers are kind of pushing shipments until next year, so we'll see. But that's it for today's update. I hope you guys like the direction of the city and the way it's going. We certainly do. We're really excited, and can't wait to show you guys what else we have planned, because there's a lot of stuff coming, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But that's it for today. We'll see you guys next time.